Hi, I'm Paul from Apex Mindset. So this is going to be the intro video until I can replace it with something with better editing powers. I'm in a third world country right now, so I don't have access to much in terms of editing stuff to make a clever video for you. But you need to know why you're coming to my channel, don't you? You need to know why I can help. What can I do to help you? What can my channel do for you? Why should you subscribe it? Why should you be sharing it with your friends? And if you're not doing that, and you like my content, then you should need to start sharing my stuff with your friends. And these are all things you need to know. Okay? Well, here's what I'm not. I'm not your life coach. I don't know everything about life, okay? I'm figuring it out just like you are. All right? I'm not your guru. I'm not the all-knowing master of everything. And I'm not a mental health professional where I'm treating mental disorders, right? Like a licensed psychologist, for example, or a medical doctor where I'm prescribing medication to treat your bipolar disorder or something. I don't do those things, okay? What I do is I help frustrated men and women unfuck themselves and their relationships so they can live their best lives. So that's what this is, okay? It's a channel that helps you with your relationships, whether that is in the dating marketplace, whether it's dating, long-term relationships, whatever it may be. That's what I'm helping you with. Okay, and so we do this three different ways. There's three things this involves. I call it know, be, and do. Kind of stole it from the Ranger Handbook. All right. But instead of be, no, do, I go know, be, and do. Because you have to have the knowledge in order to be what you need to show up as to get what you want. And then you have to do the action. All right. So that's the kind of nutshell of it. But the knowledge stuff is important. So that's a lot of what I just give away for free. I give knowledge away for free. Okay. There's going to be more platforms in YouTube when I get out of this third world country where I'm going to do that for you. I'll have blogs. I'm going to have a book. That the book won't be for free. I'm going to have courses. There's going to be things happening where you can get the knowledge. Not to mention that I'm not the only person giving knowledge out. Although there's certain things that I talk about that like pretty much nobody else talks about, but there's a lot of things that I talk about that other people definitely talk about that I've sourced from, and I always give those resources. So there's other people out there that have written books that have good channels, good publications, and I'll always recommend those in my videos because the knowledge is very important. Knowledge of what we call the sexual marketplace. Knowledge that's the sexual marketplace being where dating and relationships happen. Okay, knowledge of male nature, knowledge of female nature, and knowledge of relationship psychology, knowledge of communication. These things are all important to have successful relationships. So that's the knowledge part, and that's critical. But all it is the price of a like and a subscribe and a share, and help me out, and I give you that information for free. All right. Now, there's the second part is the be part, okay? How are you going to show up and be that alpha male, right? How are you going to be that resilient woman that would be a good match for somebody? How are you going to be that man that women want to be with and guys want to be, right? How are you going to be that woman that men not only want to be with, but want to stay with? All right. How are you going to show up like that person? That is all about mindset, and that's all about emotion and emotions. So, mental and emotional control. Now, I'm going to talk about things that you can do on your own to help with that, but that's actually what my coaching is for. All right. In my coaching sessions, I'm not just regurgitating stuff about the sexual marketplace that I can do for on YouTube for free, or that other authors and other content creators can do for you for free. All right. That's why would you pay me the big bucks to do that? That's not the only thing I'm providing in a coaching session. What I'm providing is actual exercise and activities to change what's going on up here. So you can actually tap into that inner nature that's going to make you more alpha. Okay. That's going to make you more resilient. That's going to make you always show up as a better man or as a better woman. So you can be the person that your partner's going to want to be with, and that other people are going to want to be around. That's really important. No matter what kind of money you make, no matter what kind of successes you've had in the world, all right, there's being that guy or that girl, and there's not being that guy or that girl. You have to be the guy, right? And I'm going to help you be the guy, okay, or be the gal based on this, right? And your emotions and how you handle that stuff. Okay, and that's why I went through the process of getting my certifications. I'm a master hypnotherapist, EMDR, master NLP practitioner, and therapist. And the reason why I do those things, that's peak performance stuff, right? Now, there's a lot of woo-woo garbage in the unscientific stuff that gets billed under hypnotherapy. I don't touch that stuff. All right. What I deal with is the stuff that gets you the results. All right. The stuff that is going to change your mental habits and your mental outlook and recondition that stuff, get rid of traumas and past bad experiences and baggage, that stuff that weighs you down, that affects your mindset, so you can have those productive relationships and show up like the person that you want, that you need to show up like in order to achieve the goals that you have. All right. This one was a big eye opener for me because I've been doing NLP for probably over 20 some years now, but it was always the mindset stuff was always really to get somebody else to do something. It wasn't to improve myself, right? So anything from sales training to figure out how to use particular language to get somebody to get into a buying temperature to buy from you, like in sales, or pick up, so dealing with women so that they feel good about taking the next steps with you in a pickup situation. These persuasion stuff is what I got into. But the idea of changing my own mindset didn't really occur to me till later on. And it was when I really had all that knowledge. This is a little bit about me now, but I had all the knowledge of the sexual marketplace in the world. I could get whatever I wanted. I mean, I really could. And I still do get what I want. I mean, I would have all the options of women, for relationships. There was no shortage of that for me. And then I would pick a person in a situation that was unproductive, that was doomed for failure. Out of all the options I would have, I would pick someone and I would get myself into a situation that was not going to be successful. And inevitably it would fail. And then I have to look at it and go, why is this failing? Well, of course, multiple deployments, some PTSD effects, and some negative thinking patterns from various different things in my life were very unproductive. And there were certain hangups I had that were causing me to make poor decisions, even though I had all the knowledge in the world. And this is really important because a lot of you guys listen to me. You're gaining all the knowledge in the world, and you read the authors they tell you to read, and you do the things they tell you to do in terms of gaining the knowledge, and then you're still failing. Well, this is why. Because you have to change your mindset. Let's say I hand some truth about the sexual marketplace to a really negative mindset, like person with a negative mindset and emotional hangups. Let's say I hand that stuff to that guy. Let's look at something real simple like you know, hypergamy, right? Female hypergamy. That's been talked about a million times. I've talked about it. I take that simple concept and I tell a guy about it who has a negative mindset and a terrible emotional outlook, right? What's he going to do? He's going to see that and go, oh, well, women are just going to trade up for the better deal. I might as well cash it in. I might as well give up on women. I might as well not, our women are terrible. Women are shitty. Women are bad. Women will always cheat if they have the opportunity. Like all of the negative stuff starts dumping out of their mouths. And none of that shit's really true 100%, right? Some of it might be true for one person, but certainly isn't true universally. But they'll dump all that negative crap out and use that knowledge that I gave them in a video that's true to their own demise. They'll use the knowledge to, be a failure, essentially, because their mindset and their emotional state is not under control, right? But I give that same information to a dude who is in control of himself and has a good, positive mental and emotional outlook. What happens, right? He takes that stuff and he figures out, oh wow, that's weird. I never heard of this hypergamy thing. That's kind of a surprise, but I guess it makes sense. How can I use it to my advantage? What do I need to do so I can have productive, healthy relationships? If that's what I want. I want a good relationship with a chick. What are the behaviors, actions I need to do to have that then? With this truth that you just gave me. That's somebody who's a winner. You see what I mean? So having the mindset to be a winner, a lot different than having the mindset to be a loser. And you have a choice as to which one you want to show up as. But it's not so easy. It's not just like you can snap your fingers and click your heels together and go, I'm a winner now. All right? There's a number of different steps you have to take. That's the thing that I'm doing coaching. Guys who have hangups and things that are stopping them up and putting them in a unproductive mental state so they're not getting what they want. That's the thing that we do with mindset training. That's the thing that one of the main things we do in coaching. Okay, so that's the thing that people pay me the big bucks for. It's not the free shit I can give you on YouTube. Okay, so that's the part of being. You have to show up. If you want to be that alpha guy or be that resilient woman, that's the mindset and the emotional control stuff. And that gives us to the last part, which is do. Okay? So you have to do the actions. Now, you're not going to do the right actions if your mind's not right, right? So get your mind right. And then in a coaching session, we come up with action plans because habits drive results. Okay? Your daily actions, your small little actions, those things you don't think about a lot of the times, your habits, those actually drive success or failure. Those drive your results. And so we want to recondition those behaviors as well. So we're not just going to sit here in a coaching session and have me regurgitate one of my YouTube videos and say, thanks for the big bucks, and I send you on your way. We're going to do actual activities in the session that's going to help transform your mind. Okay. And then you're going to have homework so you can transform what's going on in your mind and start taking the steps to make the transformation on your own in between sessions. And then you're going to have action plans so that you can actually do the work. Okay, you actually have to do the work. You actually have to do the actions to get what you want, whatever that may be. If you're having trouble in a marriage, for example, you have to do the actions to repair that situation. If you're not having successful relationships and you're back in the dating market because you just broke up with somebody, well, we got to do some different actions so you get better results next time. You see what I'm saying? And so that is the three things that we cover. All right. And so that's what we're covering. We'll talk about that stuff at on the channel. And then, of course, we're getting into it in coaching sessions and I'll have other things too that are easier to access for some people. Not everyone's going to be able to coach with me. So I'm going to have a book that's going to come out later this year. I got courses that are coming out. So you need to stay tuned for that stuff. These are things that allow you to access, changing your mindset and changing your behavior so you can get what you want. All right. Not just the free stuff on the YouTube. All right. So what is this going to help you do? Well, this is going to help you gain clarity by managing your thoughts and emotions. Right. This is going to help you master decision making so that you can close in on your goals daily and form those good habits that you need to be successful. All right. This is going to help you target and destroy your delusions and your excuses so that they no longer have control or power over your life. This is going to help you fireproof your objectives so that nothing stands in the way between you and what you really want. And this is going to help you recognize and understand relational dynamics so that you can make quality selections and potential partners for relationships. And in the relationship, both you and your partner can achieve ultimate happiness. All right. These are some of the things that we're going to do for you in my channel, and then as well as other books, products, and sessions that you could do with me. Right. This is where it's at. So that's why you're here. Now, there's sometimes I talk about other stuff because I have other expertise as well. All right, I have a military background. I'm, arguably an expert when it comes to other things such as survival, preparedness, fighting, okay, combat stuff. And there, a lot of guys are curious about those things. A lot of guys ask me questions, throw things in my inbox, and they're curious about certain topics. And so we cover those. We might deviate a little bit. The recent coronavirus has caused some deviation in some of my videos, but for a good reason. All right. But it does all relate back to, usually one of those three things, which is understanding the sexual marketplace of relationships. And if it's not about that, then it's about the mindset you have to be successful. So I've been doing these Mindset Mondays, and I might not specifically talk about how you're supposed to show up, you know, for your chick or for your dude or whatever, but we're going to talk about mindset stuff that's going to affect those things greatly, okay? And affect success in other parts of your life. You want to make the big bucks, be successful in your career, achieve some fitness goals, do all that stuff. Well, you got to get this right. You know what I mean? And so the mindset stuff that you'll get from me and from the channel are things that carry over into all parts of your life, whether it's the sexual marketplace, whether it's other goals that you want to achieve, whether it's professional goals, personal goals, name it. You can't do those things if you're not showing up like the person who can do those things. All right. And that's getting your mind and your emotions right. And you sure as hell can't do those things if you don't do the work. And that means doing the right actions. Okay. So that's what we're here for. Thanks for making it through to the end of the video. This is why you should probably subscribe. Okay. But more importantly, share this to people with people. You're probably already subscribed if you made it this long. But here's what's happening. There's a lot of things I talk about that are not popular because they just don't like I might say that I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I might say that boys and girls are different. Oh no. Okay, that's not socially acceptable anymore. Apparently saying boys and girls are different when we talk about the sexual marketplace, that's not allowed. And so there's a lot of videos I have out there that will not never, regardless of how many likes I get picked up by search engines with YouTube. So the only way people will pick them up is through word of mouth and through you sharing my stuff because they're just not going to do it. The things I say are cold hard truths. They're not what's politically correct. And so without your support, it goes nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So I need your help. I'm going to put out a lot of good stuff for you, some free content, things that you'll never have to pay for, and it'll help change your life for a long time. I need you to help me get that information out to other people. That would help me greatly. That's how you can pay it forward for the work I do for here for you, all right, without asking for anything else in return. So thanks for tuning in, and I really appreciate the support. I got some great supporters out there, some die-hard supporters that really are behind me, and that's humbling, very humbling for me. All right, take care.